Hi, I'm Jack Rodibaugh. I farm in northwest Indiana, Jasper County, which is the largest corn producing county in the state. The town is Rensselear, about 80 miles south of Chicago. Our farm started in 1950 when newlyweds Jack and Emily Rodibaugh, my parents, moved away from their homes and straight out of college. So that's allowed four of us as brothers to join together and continue the farm operation. Now we have grown to include 3 brothers and families and their wives. 17 children have grown up on the farm here. We currently farm a little over 2,000 acres, corn and beans, about 300 sows, and producing pigs from farrow to finish, and also a little bit of wheat. Those have been the 3 key components of profitability. This year we got our corn and beans in, got a good start around the 24th of April. So we're happy to have a season that's a little more normal. We do need a good rain for the beans because that's when that crop is made, in August. With the corn, we'll look at some ears perhaps, and I think it has good potential production-wise. We feed some of our corn, about 20% of it. A large part of our corn is sold to the ethanol plant, which is a local plant, and it produces fuel and DDGs for pigs and livestock as well. The beans are marketed through a local plant, and some are marketed directly to bean processors who make the soybean meal, an important component for the energy and protein in our diets for pigs. This is our grain processing unit where we bring corn, about 75% of our crop here, and we dry it so it will store properly, and then we hold it, store it till the next summer in hopes of prices that pay for our storing of the grain. We also have some beans that we do store here, but not a lot of beans. We have about 160,000 bushel of storage for our farm, and it helps us do our job more efficiently. Soybean groups are extremely important to pork in terms of helping with policy efforts, and I would encourage producers of soybeans and corn, of course, to understand that our biggest customer is the livestock producer. When we bought this particular farm and started farming it, it was known as the poor farm, and every spring we could expect sandstorms to fill our windowsills with dirt because of blowing sand. Since we have been operating this farm, we have not tilled it. It's been completely no-till, as have all of our farms, for 20 plus years. And we're actually, we can many times use 3 times across the field, planting, spraying once, and harvest in order to bring in the crop. Whereas many traditional fields and farmers are using 6 or 7 trips across the field, we've limited our trips. With no-till, we have a savings in labor, we have a savings in fuel, and I think we improve the quality of the soil over time. That's why we use soybeans and corn as an alternative crops, and we alternate between those 2. As you can see here, there's quite a bit of corn stalks from last year's crop, and those break down and improve the soil health. For this dirt, for this location, for this type of dirt, it certainly had been an advantage to go the no-till route. This is a piece of equipment we bought last year. It's a twin-row Great Plains planter. We are just using it for soybeans. As you can see on the front, there's the row cleaners, and it's designed specifically for no-till. As we have progressed with our farm over the years, we have had a big focus on nutrient management. First of all, that's a way to economically use our inputs, and it's also a way to honor the environment for future generations. We have been grid sampling, in other words, testing the soil with existing nutrients for 15 years now, I believe. And then as a response to that, we prescribe what amounts and what levels of certain fertilizers are needed, and it's applied in that fashion over the field. Two very important goals as we have done that. We try to get those nutrients in a prescribed amount at the right place, at the right time of the year for our soils and for our needs. We've also been very forthright in our dealing with nitrogen and have been working on variable rate application of nitrogen for about 15 years now on our farm. In order to achieve our goals, environmental-wise and crop production-wise, we have some amazing tools. This iPad will show me or someone else in a remote location exactly what is going on for a certain field operation. I've got a planting map, and this shows the varieties and where they are planted so that I can compare that then at the end of the season to which variety performed the best in these conditions. A new product which measures planter performance, and so this one actually helps us get our seeds in the ground uniformly so that they emerge all at the same time. So the end of the season, when we've used our precision techniques, here's the results. This is a yield map. You can see extreme variability. A lot of that is due to the soil itself, its intrinsic qualities. Some of it is due to the management that we've exerted over it or have failed to. So we can learn from our yield maps just what to expect from our fields and how to treat them in the best fashion. So we made lots of progress, I think, in many areas which benefit the consumer and the producer through technology and through the way we've organized the farms.